What's up, guys? We have a trade to break down. So, the Vancouver Canucks and the Toronto Maple Leafs have made a trade, including Sam Lafferty. So, Sam Lafferty heads to the Vancouver Canucks, and Toronto acquires themselves a 2024 fifth round pick. Why did this trade happen? Many reasons why. So, the first reason is there is a log jam in terms of Toronto Maple Leaf forwards. So you have Fraser Minton, Easton Cohen, Pontus Holmberg, and Nick Robertson, who seemed like they had a fantastic camp, fantastic preseason games as well with the Toronto Maple Leafs. And they're a lot younger and cheaper and have a lot more potential and promise, essentially. So they go that route. And Sam Lafferty was acquired last trade deadline um, that involved the Chicago Blackhawks and Toronto Maple Leafs, and that was a whole blockbuster that included the likes of Jake McCabe as well. Um, Sam Lafferty, why does he get traded to Vancouver? Well, Vancouver did trade Tanner Pearson, who was a serviceable bottom six forward. He dealt with a lot of injuries last year. He gets traded to Montreal. So, there was some talks about Vancouver looking to make another trade to strengthen their bottom six, and that's exactly what they do by acquiring Sam Lafferty. In terms of the Toronto Maple Leafs lineup, we could see the likes of potentially Nick Robertson on that fourth line, or maybe Fraser Minton, or even Easton Cohen. Playing in relief for Sam Lafferty on the left side on the fourth line with David Kampf and Ryan Reeves. So that's going to be interchangeable between those players. So they have many options in terms of forwards for Toronto. In terms of Vancouver, well, Jack Studnicka got placed on waivers. So easily I could assume that Sam Lafferty is going to be playing on the right wing on that fourth line unless he switches with Niles Aman on the left side of the fourth line, but I do see Sam Lafferty playing fourth line minutes. There's also potential that he could move up at some point in the lineup if he's playing better than the likes of Phil Di Giuseppe or Joshua. In terms of Sam Lafferty's contract, or he's being paid $1.150 million for the next um, season. So after the end of the season, he becomes a UFA. In terms of his stats, well, he was drafted in the fourth round, 113th overall in 2014, 28 years old, a center, but also could play wing. Um, and in terms of his points with Toronto, uh, 6 points in 19 games last year since getting traded from Chicago to Toronto. And in the playoffs, he had 3 points in 9 games. So not too shabby in terms of his production for a bottom six forward. Um, his best season was last year, split between Chicago and Toronto. He finished with 27 points. So, they're getting a fourth line, third line player that has scoring abilities and potential to be a 20 to 25 point player. So that's what Vancouver gets themselves. And also at the same time, Toronto's clearing up cap space. And we know that we live in an era where salary cap is very important. And Vancouver and Toronto have always been those teams that are always tight against the cap. So, this works for both teams. And in terms of the Toronto Maple Leafs, like I was alluding to before, they have a logjam in terms of forwards, and they're gonna have a couple guys that are UFAs next year. So clearing Sam Lafferty's contract to make room for younger guys that are cheaper makes a lot more sense. But guys, we'd like to hear your thoughts in the comments section below. What's to expect from Sam Lafferty with the Vancouver Canucks? But in my opinion, he's just a physical bottom six winger who kills penalties. He could play third or fourth line minutes at best. I don't see him playing first or second line minutes at all. So um don't start thinking that this guy is the saving grace for the Vancouver Canucks. They have a great team this year. I'm expecting a bounce back season from them, but Sam Lafferty is a good ad at a cheap price. And the Toronto Maple Leafs are able to prioritize their youngsters and save money in the process. Guys, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you on the next episode of the Young Guns podcast. Vancouver and Toronto fans, we're expecting to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. We'll see you soon.